All right, so apparently there was a Nintendo Direct today. I knew about it since like early yesterday. I just didn't do a video on my predictions because I didn't think I was gonna be right about anything that was there. Turns out I actually was right about a couple things, but I thought they were like pie in the sky things, so that's why I didn't do a video on it. And plus, even if I was right, like no one really watches my channel for this kind of stuff anyway. So that's why I didn't. So even if I was right, like no one would be like, "Oh, this guy was right." So like I figured, what was the point? But anyway, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on it anyway, because there was some pretty good stuff there and some interesting stuff there that I want to talk about. So if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all the good stuff. Share the video if you like it too as well. Um, but without further ado, let's get into this video and talk about everything they mentioned. So the first thing they opened with was a very odd one that I don't think anybody saw coming, and that was a new Mario and Luigi game. If you don't know what Mario and Luigi is, it was a series of games on the Game Boy Advance all the way to the 3DS, I believe. I think there's three games. I don't remember the names of um, the other two. One was like Bowser's Inside Story, and I think there was I'm almost positive there was a DS and 3DS one. I could be wrong. There's not a third or fourth one in the series, but it's called Mario and Luigi Brothership, and it looks good. Like the cell shading graphics look good. It'll look good on the Switch. I don't know why, but like when Mario and Luigi turn like behind their heads, like you'll see in the trailer, they have like a purple tinge for some reason. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's something they're gonna fix or if that's just the way they want to do it, but that was just kind of weird to me. But that's something I noticed. But it looks fine. Like it's your Mario RPG type gameplay or Paper Mario type gameplay. I that's what it looks like to me. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I'm not real familiar with the games, but they look cool nonetheless. I believe it comes out in November 4th, is what I wrote here. Let me see. Did I? Where's that? I'm looking through my notes here. Hold on. November. I can't read my own handwriting. November 7th. There it is. Because I kind of just scribbled it all down on a piece of paper. I'm not a very good at handwriting stuff, but I didn't feel like typing it out, so I just got a pen and just scratched it out real quick. All right, there we go. I turned on my other light right here so I could actually read what I wrote because I wrote pretty small. So, um, anyway, so without any further ado, let's get into the rest of this stuff. So they opened with that, but then I'm not going to go in order with what they opened with because I don't remember the exact order because it was early in the morning. I just jotted down the games I wanted to talk about. They also wound up talking about a very mm, highly requested fighting game collection that I did not even remotely say happening, especially announced at a Nintendo Direct. And that's Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Now, this did not have a release date. It had a release year of this year. So, probably towards the end of the year, I would say. Maybe December, maybe October, November. I don't know. But it includes all the MVC games, basically all the MVC fighting games, like X-Men Children of Atom, that kind of stuff. Basically all those, and then the Punisher beat 'em up arcade game for some reason. Why I don't know. And apparently the other console versions of this game are gonna have rollback netcode, according to Maximilian Dude. According to the website, his breakdown video where he went through the entire website and like went through everything. Apparently, it mentioned rollback netcode. I, to be honest, I don't care that much about this collection, but I understand why this is a big deal. It is a big fucking deal that this game is coming out with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was a big campaign Max had going for a long time, like free MVC2. So now that this is actually available on Twitch, PS4, and Steam, I don't believe it's available on Xbox for some dumbass reason. I'm pretty sure it's not. But in any case, it's going to be good for the franchise because Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. Because if it sells well, they'll do more Marvel vs. Capcom games. I'm going to buy one on the PS4, probably not the Switch, because the Switch won't have rollback and it does not have crossplay. So that was a pretty cool announcement. I knew Max would lose his freaking shit over this game. It was just funny to watch him react to it. He almost was like in tears. Like he really loves these games. And I was just like, wow, this is pretty cool. I love the Punisher. That game is pretty cool. So that game alone makes me want to buy it anyway. But I've never been good at Marvel vs. Capcom games, but I enjoy them for what they are. But that was still cool that that was announced. Then it started getting like craziness, like just like bonkers stuff that no one saw coming. Just like that what I just mentioned. The next game I'm going to talk about is The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And this comes out 9/26 of 2024. So September 26, 2024. Now, this game caught me off guard because when I first saw it, the art style made me immediately think of like Link Between Worlds because that's what it kind of looked like. But then when I saw what Link looked like, it looked like Link's Awakening. So I was like, oh, well, it's going to be like Oracle of Ages or Seasons or something. No, it is something completely different that I don't think Nintendo's done ever, actually, with like the Zelda franchise. Besides like the one of Game On or whatever Philips CDI game had Zelda be the main protagonist. Because that's who you play as in the team Zelda. You play as Zelda. Link is the one that vanishes, and she has to find Link and save Hyrule herself, which is a really cool thing. The only thing that kind of worries me about this game is the way it works. Like, you have this wand thing, and you get these echoes of these things, and you use them. You use the wand to like make these echoes, like jump on boxes, beds, go up waterfalls, make enemies attack other enemies for you when you defeat certain enemies and stuff. It looks like a very weird game, but it also looks very interesting to me. And I can't wait to see more about it, to see if I'm more sold on it than I am kind of already. I'm interested in it just because of what it is. You play as Zelda. That doesn't happen that much, honestly. So that in itself is cool to me. So I can't wait for that. And they also did announce briefly that they're going to do a Switch Lite like gold edition, like Hyrule edition, they said, of the Switch Lite. Probably around the same time that that comes out. So that's cool if you're a Switch Lite owner or a collector. If you want to get that, it's pretty cool. It looks kind of nice. Then they announced something that everyone saw coming, and that's a new Super Mario Party game. Super Mario Party Jamboree. It comes out October. I can't read my handwriting. Sometime in October. I think it's like 18th or something like that. I forget when it was. Because, like I said, I scribbled it down. It's hard to read my own handwriting sometimes when I write fast. But anyway, it's your typical Mario Party. But according to the announcer guy, the narrator guy, it's the biggest Mario Party game ever, with like over 100 mini games and like a lot of boards. Two classic boards from Mario Party 1 and 2. Um, I honestly don't care about this game, to be real with you guys. I never got into Mario Party. I've played them. They're fine. They're just not my cup of tea. But it is what it is. But The next thing I want to talk about is Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack stuff. Because they finally announced a game that I've been wanting since it got announced. The N64 side. We'll get to that though. Two Game Boy Advance games got announced and two N64 games. The two Game Boy Advance games were Zelda Four Swords, Link to the Past, hurrah, whatever. It does have online multiplayer, so that is cool. They can get the exclusive, like, Four Swords abilities in Link to the Past and do the Four Swords temple thing if you can find people to play with. That is cool, I guess. So that's there, and then Metroid Zero Mission, like whatever. Like, why wasn't that one of the first games announced? Those two honestly should have been there at launch, if you ask me. Those two and like Metroid Fusion, whatever. The N64 games, however, they're mature games, mature rated games, and the two games are Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, and Perfect Dark. That's right. We are finally getting fucking Perfect Dark, baby. Hell yeah. This is what I wanted. This is what would have made me early adopt into the expansion pack bullshit. But now it's so late into it. I'm like, do I care anymore? I still care. Like, I wanna do it, but like I still don't think it's enough. If they would have announced like Smash Bros. 64 or something, that would have made me do it because I love the original Smash Bros. It hasn't aged super well, but I still have a lot of nostalgia for it. Just like Perfect Dark, tons of nostalgia for that. Same thing with GoldenEye, but I think Perfect Dark is debatably the better game. But I know that's debatable for people. Some people just like GoldenEye better. People like Perfect Dark better. I'm in the Perfect Dark camp. But yeah, I was like, holy shit, they're finally doing it. That's awesome. So they're actually launching today. So if you have the expansion pack uh, online service, you can download them right now, as of or like download the update to download or play them right now, I should say. So that is really cool. And I just thought of something. Does that mean the Japanese version is getting Perfect Dark as well? Because the Japanese version of Perfect Dark is a little bit different. Like Joanna's face looks a little different. I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting to like find out. I don't know. Huh? That's gonna bug me now. But anyway, we'll move on from that. Then they did something totally out of left field again. Like no one probably saw this coming. I know no one cares because I looked at the individual trailer they put up for it, and like the dislike ratio was like 800 at the time. So no one obviously gives a shit about this game anymore. So I don't know why they're updating it with a new sport, but Nintendo Switch Sports is apparently getting a basketball free update. Woo! Like, yay! Your updated game you haven't gave a shit about like 6 months or something. Why? Why just basketball? Why not basketball, baseball, and just round it out and just call it a day, be done with the game? Because now I feel like we're not gonna get baseball. I feel like this is the last thing they'll do with it. Why the hell is it basketball? We didn't even have basketball on Wii Sports, for Christ's sake. Like, that's what this game basically is Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, just shittier, basically. I'm just being honest. Like, that game is not that good. Like, debatably. Because, like, literally all they did was took courses from both of those games with golf and stuff like that and just plopped them in there. Nothing different. That's all they did. So like basketball is like the only new thing and soccer and all that stuff. But like that's all they did. It just basically took Switch or Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort and made them better ish, I guess. Cause the avatars in there look stupid anyway. But whatever. I'll check it out. It looks like it's one-handed, like one Joy-Con. I'll check it out, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not a big basketball fan either. Like, I don't care about basketball. Like, it's never been a sport that I give a shit about. I really don't care about baseball either, to be honest. I care more about baseball than I do basketball, but like I'm not a sports guy to be real with you guys. But like, where's baseball? Come on, Nintendo. But apparently it's coming in later this summer. That's what they said with the golf mode, I believe. But that got delayed till winter, so don't hold your breath. It might get delayed. If it gets delayed, whatever. I don't care. No one cares about this game anymore. Why is it a thing? I don't know. I just thought I'd mention it here. And then they dropped a trailer about the NES Championship, World Championship thing coming out in July. I think it's like July 18th, if I remember right. They just dropped a small blurb about that again. You guys know about that. I talked about it. Um, I'm pumped about it, but like, whatever. It is what it is. I knew that would be here. But then they dropped a game that I was like, that I said to myself when I was watching other people's predictions. They predicted there would be some kind of Donkey Kong game, and I was like, okay, if they're right, it's either going to be a new 2D game or an existing 2D game HD. And I was like, if it's going to be anything, it's going to be Donkey Kong Country Returns in HD. And lo and behold, that's what it is. And I was like, holy shit, I was right. If I would have came out and said that, because as far as I know, no one else predicted that that was going to be the game announced for a Donkey Kong game, I would have looked like fucking Nostradamus. They would have been like, how the hell did this nobody know that this was going to be it? But think about it. They did Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. They ported that to the Switch. They did Returns on the Wii, ported that to the 3DS. And well, why the hell not port it to the Switch? The only gripe I have with it is why in the hell is it coming out in 2025? In January of 2025. I don't remember the exact date. Let me see if I don't know if I wrote it down or not. Let's see if I did. Where I thought I wrote it down. Maybe I didn't. DKC. 1/16/2025. I had to find it. 1/16/2025. So January 16th, 2025. I think that's what I wrote. Because I kind of crumpled it up when I was like, I don't think I should do this video, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So that's why it was hard to read, because I crumpled up the paper, because I was like, I don't know, people won't care about my thoughts, but I'll do it anyway, whatever. But yeah, like, why? Why is this coming out in 2025? Like, what? Like, why did you do it when you released DKC R Tropical Freeze? For Christ's sake. Who wants this right now? It's like, people were excited for it, but they're like, where's a new Donkey Kong game? Where's our new 2D or 3D Donkey Kong game that we all want? I want a new 2D game. 3D Donkey Kong would be fine if it was better than DK64. I hated that game. I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. I think DK64 is terrible. I think Banjo Kazooie and Tooie are way better games, even though I've only played a little bit of the first Banjo. But that was a way better game than DK64 was. That game, DK64, has not aged well at all. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You guys can blast me in the comments for that if you want. But I, for one, want like a new 2D Donkey Kong game. Not like a Tropical Freeze, a Country Returns. Like a new take on the DK universe or something. Like, give me like a DK Junior game or something, where he's like doing stuff. Do something like that. Do something different. Stop doing these rehashes of Donkey Kong Country. Like, I feel like that's what DKCR was. Is like them trying to retread on something that worked like 30 years ago about. And I just want something different, but I'm pumped for it because what this is it's basically the 3DS game HD. They basically took the 3DS version, just made it HD. It looks pretty good. It looks almost like Tropical Freeze, but it looks pretty nice being in HD. I'm not gonna lie. But it's like, why now? Like, what the hell? I don't know. Nintendo does some fucked up shit, man. Like, they'll do the dumbest crap, and then it'll be like, oh, here's this, but no one really asked for it. Like, I'm pumped for it, but like, why now? And why next year? When no one's gonna give two shits about this game. Because next year the new console is supposed to come out. So like, who the fuck's gonna care about it besides me and like diehard Donkey Kong fans? Probably nobody. It's probably not gonna sell it well. We'll be real with you. It's probably not gonna do that well, but I'm gonna buy it. I'm pretty pumped for it, but it is what it is. Whatever. The last game they ended off with was Metroid Prime 4. I forget the name of it. It was like called what the hell was it? Hold on. Let me look. That's right. It's called Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Like, okay. You could just call it Metroid Prime 4. Like, why do you have to put Beyond in there? Whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, they finally announced it, a name, and they showed a little bit of gameplay of it. It's coming out sometime in 2025. Who knows if it's gonna be Switch only? Who knows if it's gonna be uh the next console as well? If it'd be like a Breath of the Wild situation with the Wii U and Switch, how that it was originally a Wii U game, but then it became a Switch launch title. Maybe that's what this will be. I have no idea. It honestly, to me, didn't look that impressive, like graphically. It looked better than Metroid Prime Remastered, but to a point, it still looked fairly similar to it. But I feel like I said, I could be completely wrong here, but I feel like they would want to put this on their new console as well. I get why they're putting it on Switch because it was promised to be on Switch back when the fucking Switch launched in March of 2017. They did that stupid logo teaser, which the logo isn't even the same. It's completely fucking different now. So like what the hell? But that's because it was in development hell for like 8 years or whatever, 7 years, 6 years. They restarted development at some point or another. I do remember that, but it just didn't look that impressive to me. Like, why did it take so long? Even after being rebooted, like it still took a while for it to get even this far to where we have a release year and something to look at for it. I'm not super pumped about it either. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like I said in my original video when I talked about Metroid Prime Remastered, I never played the game before then. If they don't release 2 and 3 on the Switch, like everyone thought they were going to at some point, then I'm probably not going to get this game because I don't know if you need to know what Metroid Prime 2 and 3 story was. I have no idea what they were. I can't play the Wii that well. Or barely at all. I can't play that game because it deals with the nunchuck and Wiimote. I can't do that with my cerebral palsy. It is what it is. I just can't do it. So if I have to, like, I'll watch someone play through the game on YouTube so I can at least like know what the hell the story is. Because I'm assuming it's a sequel to Corruption. Is that the third one or is that the second one? One of them's Echoes, one of them's Corruption. I don't remember which one's which. But In any case, they showed it. I'm sure people lost their freaking mind. And I was like, because when I saw it, when I was skimming through because I overslept a little bit, when I was skimming through the direct to try to just find good stuff to watch, I saw that and I was like, oh, they're doing Metroid Prime 2 and 3. And I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like Metroid Prime 2 or 3. Because I've seen a little bit of the games. And I was like, oh shit, it's Metroid Prime 4. Oh, okay. So I was like, okay, that's pretty hype. Not gonna lie. But like I wasn't expecting that. I don't think anyone was. Not to like see a glimpse of the game and what it looked like. Because I honestly am in the firm belief that it's going to be a cross-gen game eventually. It's going to have some kind of upgrade path or something like that. If that's what they do, I hope that's what they do with the Switch's successors because a lot of Switch games could benefit from that anyway. I don't want to harp on that on this video, but that's what they should do. Will they do that? I have no idea. Probably not, knowing them, because they're idiots, but who knows? But yeah, that was pretty much it in a nutshell. There was a couple other games like Dragon Warrior 3, and then 1 and 2 HD is coming at some point. There were a lot of other games that you guys might be interested in. I'll leave it right here at the end of the video so you guys can see it and watch it in full for yourselves. And let me know what you guys think after you watch it. Anyway, that'll do it for me. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. If you like the video, leave a like. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications, all that good crap. You guys know the drill. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks for supporting me on Patreon if you do. And yeah, Patreon's gonna come in handy in the next couple of months, man, because you guys are saving my life. Because like, there's a ton of games that I'm gonna have to check out on the Switch. So thank you guys for supporting. If you do, it would really help out if some more people did because there's so many things to buy coming up. So if you can, just drop $1 my way. If not, it's fine. I'll just space out the pre-orders I do, and we'll go from there. We'll get it figured out. But in any case, thank you guys for supporting me if you choose to, and those who currently are. Thank you guys so much. Anyway, I'm out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.